Who is Poseidon? Poseidon is a god in Greek mythology and is often referred to as the god of the sea, earthquakes, and horses. He is one of the 12 Olympian gods and is the brother of Zeus and Hades. Poseidon is often depicted as a powerful and temperamental figure, wielding a trident and riding a chariot drawn by sea creatures. He is responsible for the seas, storms, and earthquakes, and is worshipped by sailors and those who depend on the sea for their livelihood. Poseidon also has a number of famous myths associated with him, including his rivalry with Athena for control of Athens and his role in helping to create the first horse. Who is Demeter? Demeter is a goddess in Greek mythology and is often referred to as the goddess of agriculture, harvest, and fertility. She is one of the 12 Olympian gods and is the sister of Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Hera, and Hestia. Demeter is often depicted as a nurturing figure, responsible for the growth and abundance of crops, and is closely associated with the changing of the seasons. In Greek mythology, Demeter's most famous myth involves her daughter Persephone, who was abducted by Hades, the god of the underworld. Demeter was devastated by her daughter's disappearance and withdrew from her duties, causing crops to wither and famine to spread throughout the land. Eventually, Persephone was returned to her mother, but only for part of the year, and her annual return to the underworld was said to be the cause of winter. Demeter was worshipped throughout ancient Greece, and her festivals and rituals were an important part of the agricultural cycle. Her most famous temple was the Temple of Demeter at Eleusis, which was one of the most important religious centers in ancient Greece. Demeter remains an important figure in modern culture and is often associated with the changing of the seasons, growth, and renewal. Who is Athena? Athena is a goddess in Greek mythology and is often referred to as the goddess of wisdom, courage, and warfare. She is one of the 12 Olympian gods and is the daughter of Zeus. Athena is often depicted as a powerful and intelligent figure, wearing armor and wielding a spear and shield. In Greek mythology, Athena was born fully grown and armored from the head of Zeus, making her one of the most unique and powerful of all the gods. She is known for her strategic and tactical abilities and was a fierce protector of her people. Athena was also associated with crafts and weaving, and was believed to have taught mortals how to create useful objects and tools. Athena was worshipped throughout ancient Greece, and her temples and shrines were often located in strategic locations, such as on hilltops or near important battle sites. Her most famous temple was the Parthenon in Athens, which was built in her honor and was one of the greatest architectural achievements of ancient Greece. Athena remains an important figure in modern culture, and her wisdom and courage continue to inspire people around the world. She is often associated with justice, strength, and intelligence, and is considered one of the most important figures in Greek mythology. Who is Apollo? Apollo is a god in Greek mythology and is often referred to as the god of music, poetry, prophecy, and healing. He is one of the 12 Olympian gods and is the son of Zeus and Leto. Apollo is often depicted as a handsome and youthful figure, holding a lyre and arrows, and wearing a laurel wreath on his head. In Greek mythology, Apollo was associated with the sun, and his role as a god of prophecy was often linked to the sun's ability to illuminate the future. He was also known as a skilled musician and poet, and was believed to have taught mortals how to play musical instruments and compose poetry. Additionally, Apollo was associated with healing and was worshipped in many temples and shrines throughout ancient Greece as a god of medicine. Apollo was one of the most widely worshipped gods in ancient Greece, and his temples and oracles were among the most famous and influential in the ancient world. The most famous of these was the Oracle of Delphi, where people would go to seek guidance and advice from the god. Apollo's festivals and games, such as the Pythian Games and the Delphic Games, were also important cultural events in ancient Greece. Today, Apollo remains an important figure in modern culture, and his association with music, poetry, and healing continues to inspire people around the world. His many myths and stories have been the subject of countless works of art, literature, and music throughout history. Who is Artemis? Artemis is a goddess in Greek mythology and is often referred to as the goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, childbirth, and virginity. She is one of the 12 Olympian gods and is the daughter of Zeus and Leto, and the twin sister of Apollo. Artemis is often depicted as a young and beautiful huntress, carrying a bow and arrows, and surrounded by wild animals. In Greek mythology, Artemis was known as the protector of the wilderness and the animals that lived there. She was also associated with the moon and was often depicted as a goddess of light and purity. Artemis was believed to be a virgin goddess, and her followers, known as the Hunters of Artemis, were required to remain chaste and pure. Artemis was worshipped throughout ancient Greece, and her temples and shrines were often located in remote and natural locations, such as on mountaintops or near forests. She was also associated with childbirth, and was often called upon by women who were giving birth or trying to conceive. Today, Artemis remains an important figure in modern culture, and her association with the natural world, purity and virginity, continues to inspire people around the world. She is often depicted in art, literature, and film, and her many myths and stories continue to fascinate and captivate audiences of all ages.